Morning YouTube. Tuesday. Oh my god, what the hell is that? I think that's a scab. Sorry, I'm just picking my face live on telly. It wants to be a scab, because if not, then again, my skin's always been that bad. Who cares? It's irrelevant. On Tuesday, the 2nd of September, is the London Peace Revolution. I am still going just. Right? I've got about £25 in my name this week, and the train's £12.50, so I've put that to one side. I will go and get my ticket tomorrow, and I will be there Tuesday. I finish work officially at midday, but I think I can take my meal relief at the end. It shouldn't be a problem, so I should be able to get out at 20 past 11, and luckily the fast train to London's 40 minutes. I'm not going to use the tube, there's no point. I might as well walk from St Pancras, only down Tottenham Court Road, for Christ's sake, it's not exactly far. But I plan to get on a train leaving Bedford before midday and be in London, Parliament Square, by the very latest 1:30. So if any of you meet up before I get there, I will be there. There's a couple of people who've got my phone number, which they're quite free to text me to see where I am, etc, etc. But I did last time I met everyone on Trafalgar Square. Obviously go straight to Parliament Square, to where we were last time, and I'll meet you at Parliament Square instead of meeting people in Trafalgar Square. Hopefully there's going to be more of you and it'll be a better... Well, it was positive last time, but we could be even more positive. Also, sorry to hear about everyone in America who's suffering from hurricanes that the government's probably manifested as normal. Unfortunately, due to the fact that the Olympic Games was on in China, and they seeded different weather phenomenon in order to prevent it raining for the Olympics, and it seems that a month of preventing China from raining in its rainiest periods of its season has caused a knock-on effect for every other country in the entire globe. I've been back from Spain for 2.5 weeks. I've seen one blue sky for about an hour. And during that hour, I saw 2 chemtrails go across the sky that was blue. And that's not a lie. I've got it on my phone and I'll upload them soon. Every single day, England is being bombarded, well, Bedford is for sure, is being bombarded with chemtrails. Every day, without fail. Shh, 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 shh. Sky goes completely and utterly white like it is now. Stays like it all day, right? Crops are failing in England. People, you know, it's doing all these people who go, oh, you're just a conspiracy. It's doing my head in, right? Because what do you want? You know, the English government, right, the MOD, Ministry of Defence, admitted spraying chemtrails on the British public between 1940 and 1979. And I've had this confirmed by a friend whose dad was in the armed forces. Also by a friend who was in the army who's confirmed that is fact. They're just still doing it. Yeah, and I'm sorry, but I think we've got the right to know, especially when people can go to doctors and say that the only thing that's changed, the reason why I'm getting an allergic reaction, funny, because exactly 7 years ago, I became allergic to the sun. I never used to get heat rash and all the other crap that I get on my skin, right? So when I went to Spain this year, I sat in the shade for the entire duration and wore Factor 20 suntan lotion without any parabenes in it. I didn't get heat rash. I then got cider vinegar. I've put cider vinegar all over my body. I haven't had heat rash since. Right? I then find out that heat rash is actually like a living organism that blocks up the pores or whatever else, right? But my girlfriend always gets heat rash on her feet. So I'll put this cider acid on it, cider vinegar on it. She hasn't had heat. She gets heat rash all the time. She hasn't had it anymore, right? That might just be, you know, I just don't know. It's 7 years. About 7 years ago it happened. 8 years ago. No, 8 years ago. Went to Rhodes 8 years ago. Yeah, and that's around about the time that supposedly they started spraying England again in the early, you know, late 90s. I just, you know, and I've had flu and cold symptoms for seconds, yeah? There's people at my place who are like, no, I might come from Birmingham. I've been eating vitamin C tablets directly when, you know, I've had headaches and they've gone now. My immune system's killed everything off. There's other people who are ill. And they've been spraying Bedford for 2 weeks predominantly, and there's people who are going sick. Now, even the doctors, right, you say to a British, this is a good one to do, right, if you ever want to get out of something with a copper who's trying to arrest you, point in the sky. Oh God, look at that, look at that, look at that over there, look, 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 and get him to look in the sky and say, can you see that chemtrail? They've been trained, the moment you say chemtrail, to stop interrogating you and walk away, apparently. So, we're going to try that on the peace revolution if one of them gives me any trouble. The other thing is, doctors will not acknowledge it. Are you human beings? You want to see people experimented on? Yeah? At least admit that we're being experimented on. I'm an animal rights person. Why should animals be treated, and experimented on, right? And they shouldn't experiment on humans, but at least fucking tell us. Yeah? Because if you're not telling us, right, you're obviously doing it for a corrupt purpose. Otherwise you would tell us. The contrail story's not going to last anymore. It doesn't wash, right? Anyone with an IQ over 110, right, could work that out. Yeah, but unfortunately, if you've been fluoride the whole of your life, your IQ is going to be really low. Luckily, I haven't been fluorided all of my life. In Bedford, luckily for me, fluoride occurs naturally in the water, and natural fluoride's fine. Yeah, so our fluoride levels are quite low. There's only a few places in the UK that has actually got fluoride in its water, because fluoride has been rejected in England for certain, just to be put into the water. It's only put into the water if the health service get involved with teeth issues. Dentists, wake up! I don't use fluoride, my teeth are better than they've ever been. You're being brainwashed. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd post something. I'm going to get back into the flow of things, and after this protest on Tuesday, right, I'm just going to start writing letters a bit more. I wrote one letter to the council, got the answer about their consent streets to do with trading, etc, etc. So I'm going to start writing more and more letters now. I think everyone's going to have to start. Write to every MOD in Bedford. Why are you spraying us with chemtrails? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing... Just keep asking, and that's not good enough. I want answers. I've seen it in Spain. I've seen it in England, right? I didn't look in Florida when I went about 4 years ago. But... Anyway, everything's flashing red now, so I'm going to go. Bye, peace, love and light.